Children are the future. What's going on, baby?
What's going on, Whitney Houston?
How you doing, man?
I'm all right. I'm good.
How's everything?
Not bad. Nice sunny day today.
It is sunny.
Nice and warm, 70.
What's today? November
5th.
5th. Tuesday, November 5th, 2024. What are you doing today? Anything?
Not
Anything
me.
good?
I already voted, so I don't have to do anything. I voted early.
You did your dance. You did your civic duty.
Yep.
I gotta go out later. My mother went yesterday, and she's like, she came back out. I go, what happened? You did it that quick? She goes, no, I'm just letting you know it's gonna be a while.
Yeah.
That was yesterday, so I'm like,
That's why I did it early.
I'm leaving and I'm coming back to scoop you. But
I
gotta get down there today. I don't know.
I did like a week ago. The Land Trust Building, they do early voting in Johnston.
You did it a week ago.
And no lines. There's like 2 people ahead of me.
Yeah.
And I went by there yesterday. It was a madhouse. People trying to get in there.
All right.
So if you're gonna early vote, why wait till the day before
Yeah.
the election?
I'm rocking with you. I am a procrastinator. You know what I mean? By nature.
I usually am too, but
Yeah.
it's too important.
I feel you. What are we talking about, baby? Laid back today.
We got a
Laid
lot
back
to
in the
talk
cut.
about. We got a lot.
Like what? What you got on deck? You want to talk about the aftermath of the World Series?
We could talk a little bit about that. We don't have to delve into it.
It's already street news.
Street news. My week's been bad enough with the Cowboys. They're done for the year. So
You think so?
yeah, it looks like Dak's going to the IR.
What's IR? Is that a minimum what?
Minimum 4 weeks.
Minimum 4 weeks. And the most important part of your schedule.
Yep. I mean, they still might beat the Eagles without him.
Yeah.
Those bums.
That's but I'm gonna count that up to it's just a rivalry. Your opponent in your division,
Yeah.
I feel. Like some of the worst seasons like Giants, Commanders, when they faced each other, they always got like a dub for whatever reason. You know
I
what mean?
believe that 89 or 90 Cowboys team that went 1-15.
Yeah.
Their one win was against the 10-0 Redskins at the time.
Wow. That's what I'm saying. It's like weird.
Yeah.
It's still division at the end of the day.
You can't count that division stuff out. But yeah, we got Tyson to talk about a little bit.
You want to jump on that again, huh?
Well, it's set. It's in what, less than 2 weeks, the 15th.
Yeah. So I think it's going down this time. I just thought it was weird. The actual date. I thought it was a Saturday.
Usually is, right?
But it looks like it's I gotta check that again. That can't be right.
No, it's right.
I gotta
checked.
check it again. Why would you have a fight on a Friday?
I don't know. Saturday is traditionally, but Mike may have an AARP meeting on Saturday.
I don't know what the marketing is behind that. Why would you? I don't understand that at all. Why would you have that on a
The rules are a little funny too.
It does look funny. The gloves look crazy.
Well, I think this.
Did you see the gloves?
Yeah, there's different rules I think that benefit different people. Like they got the it's the 8 2-minute rounds. So the short rounds are going to help Mike.
You think so?
Because he's 90.
Yeah.
So his stamina is not going to be anywhere near Jake Paul's.
No.
So you don't want any longer rounds, and you don't want that many rounds.
Yeah.
He can last longer. And then they're going to be wearing the 14-ounce gloves.
Yeah.
That will help Jake Paul because if Mike's still got a fraction of his power,
Yeah, you're gonna.
You
get
don't
whacked.
wanna be-
You don't want to get hit with that.
no,
What else is going on with you, man?
nothing.
How's
We just
work?
work, man. We chilling here at the Ave.
Oh, okay.
You forget where we are. Huh? You just no. I'm just saying we're 1428 Hartford Avenue, the Ave.
I want to thank my man Bruce Livingston. He always looks out for your boy, and I just want to say thank you for looking out for me on different facets and things that I'm doing. He looks out for the kid, and I appreciate everybody that looks out for me, you know what I'm saying? But Bruce looks out for me. We go way back, too.
Yeah.
We go back. We can almost go back as long as me and you go back.
Right,
Me
yep.
and him, me and Bruce go back. When we would like slinging drinks back in the day at TGI Fridays.
Yeah.
And this is a little side note. They officially filed for bankruptcy
Not
like
surprised.
Friday or Saturday of last week. And I was like, wow, that's crazy. Just a side note about me. So many things spawn from when you work at a place,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So many things came out of that place from working with people and coworkers and relationships.
Yeah.
It's crazy when you work somewhere for so long. And when I saw that,
Hell, that's where I met you.
exactly, I felt like a little, I don't know how I felt with my little Tony Stark's circle piece.
Yeah.
The square piece, but it's usually circle. My heart was like, yo, that's crazy. But they said that they couldn't survive COVID. They I don't think they blamed COVID, but they said COVID was like
The death knell.
the straw that
Yeah.
broke the camel's back. And I feel that way for a lot of businesses, man. They never quite could rebound. And this is it took probably 4 years later, they're finally like, we can't do it no more.
Right.
Wow.
Yeah, because they shut just about everything
Yeah, they
down
were closing
around here.
stores. They were just trying to trim it and weather the storm. And then around here, the last store finally closed in Dartmouth.
Yep.
And I was like, uh-oh. And then boom.
I drive by it all the time to work, and I was like, how are they still even open?
Yeah.
Like, why wasn't that closed?
But they also have a lot of sister restaurants. I think it's like a restaurant group. So this is gonna be across the board for them.
Yep.
So I don't know. I don't mean to sound sad, but
He's getting in his feelings a little bit.
I'm getting emotional. I hope, without going down this rabbit hole, because I know my man, he'll get fired up. I hope I'm feeling a little better than I am today, tomorrow. And all you guys know what I'm talking about. I'm getting goosebumps talking about it. Do your civic duty. Do what you got to do and make the right decision. Come back, Kings. Episode, what episode is it?
60.
Did you think about anybody for 60?
Man, 60 was rough. We'll go with Otto Graham.
I don't grab. Is that Minnesota? Who did he play for?
I don't know.
Green Bay?
Colts,
Colts.
right?
Colts. Even the name sounds
Back in
like.
Yeah.
Big Autogram came out.
It wasn't no leather helmets, but it was definitely close.
It was close when they used to just strap up, put the helmet on. Yo, Autogram, episode 60. Come back,
Yo,
Kings. We
like,
in the booth.
share, subscribe, comment.
What he said.
We're back, baby, from the Ave in beautiful downtown Johnston.
Is it downtown Johnston?
This is downtown Johnston.
Is it? I'm being serious.
Yeah.
This is downtown Johnston.
Yeah, the town hall's right there. It's in the
Okay.
middle of it.
Where's Broadway?
No, Broadway, we're on the corner of Hartford and Atwood.
So that's downtown.
That's it.
Okay.
That's a big thing.
Okay, you know better than me.
But yeah, we're at the 1428 Hartford Avenue, the Ave.
When they get, can you tell me? Did you have any specials?
Yes, they have specials. That's what I was just going to get into. Thanks for leading me into that.
I'm sorry.
That was-
I'm sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself. Go ahead,
No,
man.
Monday they got half-price wings and boneless bites on wing night, Mondays. Tuesdays, they got tacos and tequila and trivia. $3 tacos and mugs.
$3 tacos?
No, $3 tacos, $6 mugs, and trivia starts at 7.
Okay.
Wednesday nights are R&B nights, which is ribs and music bingo.
Ribs and
Starts
bingo.
at 7. Thursday night, country line dancing at 7. Friday night is DJ night.
DJ night.
And if you're
This
lucky,
DJ,
you may catch DJ
he
Lex
gets
here.
down, mixing records while I go.
And then Saturday nights, they got karaoke.
All right.
So I got to come out and bust a tune.
I know. Don't call it a comeback. That's your go-to.
What? No, I never done that.
Yeah, your boy P does a good LL on the karaoke tip.
On the old school shit, I can't. The way he's banging on that new joint.
Oh yeah, that
Murdergram-
fast, yeah,
Murdergram
with M. That is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I can't do that.
That is tough.
I'm surprised he can.
People are sleeping on that track, and I feel that album, but that track by itself is crazy. It is crazy.
Murdergram.
But what you got, baby?
All right, let's go over the World Series fast. Let's get this over. Let's just rip this Band-Aid off. Last time we spoke, they were down 3-0. I told you they weren't going to come back.
Yeah, well.
They won next game, make it 3-1.
Yes.
You get to that last game, which was an absolute debacle.
They were in that game, though.
They were up 5-0 in that game.
They were up, and they were, yeah.
I was working. I went into the hospital. They were up 5-0. I came back out 5-5.
Wait, how long were you in the hospital? You're just dropping off something, right? Literally.
Picking stuff up, yeah. I was probably in there
something.
15 minutes. I swear to God, it was 15 minutes.
Wow. And it just turned.
And then they turned into the Bad News Bears.
So you didn't see none of the era stuff then until after?
Until after, yeah.
Wow. I feel like there was a turning point when the judge thing with that whatever that catch was that he missed.
And what's killing me is he was starting to come up.
He was heating up.
He was starting to heat up. He was 2 for 3. He had a home run. He definitely was. Looks like he was starting to come out of it. And if they just could have just
this is what I'm saying.
got past that.
You know, I'm not this guy where I'm always like the facts is the facts. But this was definitely one of those times. Imagine if he catches that. Ooh,
Well, there was a bunch of things. Garrett Cole not covering first base, like basic stuff.
Yeah.
A fact I saw online, in the World Series, the first team since 1913, all in the same game, to blow a 5-run lead, allow 5+ unearned runs, commit 3+ errors, commit catcher interference, and I believe there was a balk. They were the first team since 1913 to do that in the postseason or the regular season.
That's 100-something years.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
So it took that.
There's some kind of curse going on.
I just felt once it went 5-5, I'm like, they're not gonna win that game.
It's over.
But if they could have pulled that, which they should have pulled that game out.
Now you're going back to L.A.
3-2.
Yeah.
2 games left.
You got
Judge
them on their
heating
heels
up.
a little bit. He's heating up. What did Ohtani do anything?
No, not much.
He didn't do much.
They're going to say because he was hurt, but I don't think he was doing much anyway.
He wasn't doing nothing.
He hurt his shoulder going sliding into second on stealing the base.
You had them a little bit, I felt. You had them.
And you let him off the hook. You had him.
They had him, man. Well, congratulations to the Los Angeles Dodgers. What is it? Is it 2024?
2024.
2024. MLB
Yeah,
champions.
Baseball's easy. It starts in the same year, ends in the same year.
That's tough. And I feel like it takes up the whole year almost, though.
It does.
Wow. Congratulations, Dodgers.
Yeah,
And
congratulations,
all you Dodgers
You
fans.
deserve it.
Top Chef in our league. He's happy. He's a huge Dodgers fan. Congratulations.
What else you want to talk about? NBA?
NBA.
Your Boston Celtics, who are not in first place.
But who they lose to? Pacers?
Oh,
I think the Pacers got them.
It was all I know. I think it was the last time on the podcast. You were like, I don't see who's going to beat them. And then that night or the next night,
They got beat.
They got beat.
I did see that.
You got them. You cursed them.
I still think.
Yeah.
There's no way. I don't care. Like, I might have got a little. You know how it is. You get excited for, like, the beginning of something, and when you see the product, you're like, oh, they're number one.
Yeah.
I'm still rocking with that, but not as, you know what I mean, crazy
Right.
as I was. But yet, the problem is, it's not even a problem. 7 games. You have to beat this team.
Yeah.
You're not doing that on all cylinders. I don't care what team is in the, no way.
And then the other day they won and had like 2 starters out.
Yeah,
I think Brown and maybe
they're beating teams by double digits too. Like
Yeah.
they're just beating up on teams.
and the bench, which I think was maybe a big question mark last year, now is rounding out to be trouble.
I gotta look around the league. I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been doing my due diligence because football takes a front seat for me until maybe December.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's hard. There's so much going on
Yeah,
in
it's
life
a lot
too.
going on.
For some reason, if you think about it, I can't. I just don't pay attention. You can't pay as much attention. There's not as much time. It
Yeah,
seems like when you were younger, it seemed like there was more time.
all
I don't
time.
know.
You're absolutely right. You're compartmentalizing what to watch and what to do, but yeah, basketball not yet, and it's also early. It's so
Yep.
early.
Cavaliers are
So-
8-0. You think they're gonna?
That's the thing. I don't.
Are they that good? Are they?
They
8-0?
are good, but they did this last year, and I think the year before they always have that. But when push comes to shove, Boston's the squad, to me. But we'll see.
Right now, they're the two teams. The West is definitely tougher.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It's still Celtics to lose.
Thunder 7-0.
Nice.
Suns are 6-1. Golden State. We'll see what. Aren't they coming in to
What?
Boston?
Probably.
think-
I still think Boston will beat them.
No, I just thought they were playing soon.
Yeah, Boston will beat them. They'll beat them up. They'll smack them up.
Well, they have trouble with Golden State.
They always have, but I think they figured them out because they started playing like how they play. I don't know if that makes any sense, but
Tatum's been playing well.
he is bananas. Even when they're losing, he's going bananas. So, Celtics, baby. Sixers, no. Did you see the Embiid thing?
Yeah,
What happened with that? Did he lose his cool?
that's your boy. That's your team.
What is the matter with him? I don't understand.
How do you get into it? You're not even playing.
So
Maybe
there's-
that's why. Is he not playing?
There's a level of, I feel, frustration going on. And Embiid's my guy. But I feel this McCaffrey thing going on with him too. If this makes any sense. There's something going on with this dude that he's not saying or they're not saying, that he literally is not starting the first couple games. You're already doing load management.
Oh, he's already saying he's not going to do back-to-backs.
Yeah, you're already saying you're not going to do back-to-backs. You're already talking about load management. When you start talking like that, that means you know something or something. I don't get it.
Right.
I don't get it. And then they get upset when somebody calls them out on it. I don't know. You're making, I don't know.
And stop making excuses. Just come out and say, listen, I got this bothering me or that bothering me.
Yeah, they're so vague about it. Like, they're vague. Like, they don't want people to know. Like, from what I'm hearing, your money's your money in the NBA.
Yeah.
So it's not going to affect that. Are you worried about what people are going to think about you about this?
Maybe he
I don't
doesn't
know
want
what
to
that
become
is.
the next Benny Simmons.
Ooh.
You know what I mean?
Ooh, that's tough. That's a good point, but that's tough. I feel like the Sixers have been cursed for years. Their big men never work out. Their draft picks haven't worked out since what? Maybe AI? And you're going back 20-something years almost. I don't know. You want to jump on this Jake Paul thing?
I mean,
we
it's not.
already announced when the fight was. What do you think's gonna happen?
What I want to
What
happen.
do you want to happen?
I
What
want
do you
some
want
of
to
that,
happen?
some of that old Mike Tyson to come out, but they're too chummy.
I don't like it. I don't like it. Something about this screams WWE-ish. It just does. All the caveats that you mentioned, something's not right about this. It just isn't. And the cherry on top is the Friday night thing. You're not taking this seriously. You can't be. You're going to have this on a Friday night?
Is it that much of a difference between that and this? I know it's traditionally Saturday nights.
I feel like Friday night, you're getting out of work or blah, 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 blah. Saturday, you're chilling all day.
Yeah, but these fights don't come off till midnight anyway. Is he going to be awake for this?
I don't know what. They're in a different time zone, though. What's Texas? What would that be? It'll probably be midnight here, so it'll probably be like 10, 11 there.
Yeah, it's an hour or two.
Yeah, so it might still be past Mark's bedtime. I don't know. But this is awful. I don't see it. I know.
I'd say one thing I told you this the other day. Paul's got to be. He's got to hope that the old Mike Tyson doesn't switch.
Doesn't
switch.
It doesn't click on.
Because he could get killed.
I seen this thing
or at least come out losing a piece of his ear.
It was like a video short with Lawrence Taylor, right? I don't know if you've seen this, and he's talking. I want to say Up in Smoke, one of those podcasts, and they're asking him back in the old days how it was him, Tyson. I don't know who the third person was, but they basically ran New York. They ran the city, and they hung out with each other.
That's crazy.
Now keep in mind how sick Lawrence Taylor is, right?
Yeah.
And definitely at the 90s or whatever time that was, how mental he was. And he said, I love Mike to death. He's my guy, da-da-da-da. He goes, but there's only one thing. He goes, you can hang out with him and have fun, but you always were on edge because you never know if you would say the wrong thing around him, and he would just snap and click. He goes, what did you just say? And I thought that the reason why I thought it was kind of funny, not even funny, but coming from Lawrence Taylor.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If
Right,
it came from like some ham and egg, I would have been like, okay, I understand it. But Lawrence Taylor was a monster in his own right. And he's saying, yo, when we hung out with Mike, it was different.
Yep.
You had to be on your P's and Q's and not say the wrong thing.
Right. Well, Mike, they'd be sitting at the table. Mike would be like, funny? Funny in what way? What do you mean funny? Funny like a clown? No.
Exactly.
Am I here to fucking amuse you?
That's the perfect analogy. You never knew what you would say. Yo, I heard it's going to be 45 tomorrow. Why are you saying 45? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something like that. It could be anything.
LT's like, yo, he started calling me Spider. And I was like, oh, no.
That's what was crazy about that. Hearing him talk like that about another guy. It was crazy.
Yeah, you're one of the baddest guys in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's going to be interesting to see if he still has that switch. Because it might not even be a hit that makes him. He might say something to him in the ring. Because you know how sometimes they be drawing back and forth. And then Mike's like, what did you just say?
Well, it depends on how much weed he's smoking. He's a much more relaxed man now since he's found marijuana.
So we'll see what happens. What else you got, baby?
Jake
Paul, Mike Tyson, November 15th.
On a Friday.
Friday night. What else?
NCAA.
What? College? Oregon.
Because basketball just started.
Yeah.
All those guys just started.
Early.
No, it just started.
Yeah. Football. Oregon looks tough.
9-0.
I wanted to touch base on how do you feel about the NIL stuff for college football? What do you think?
It's crazy.
Yeah.
People are going all over the place.
It's weird. Like
it's definitely it's good for it's a mess and it's good for football.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, it's good for because teams are starting stacking up.
Yeah.
You're getting the talent spread out. But it's a nightmare with the money and the kids getting it's everything you thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I think for that kid, it might not be a totally good thing, especially the money part.
Yep.
Because I always like to think about myself personally. At 17, 18 years old, you hand me an NIL deal for like 11, 12 million.
Yeah.
We haven't seen the residuals of that part yet, I feel. But that's coming. I do feel that. Now, the positive would be, like you said, you have the parity now. Like, these kids they're not waiting to start now. They're like, yo, if I got to sit behind this guy, all right, I'm leaving. I'm going to go play for whoever.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Jump in that portal and go.
That's what's dope about it. I'm trying to think of another negative. I do think the hopping around is kind of.
Also, just think about where you were when you were that young too.
Yeah.
Very impulsive. You know what I mean? Instead of just there was no patience.
Yeah, exactly. And it's probably so you're saying back in our day. Now their attention span is what?
Yeah.
Like they're not sitting still for a minute. The minute that they feel some type of way or see something, they're leaving or going wherever. It's crazy. It's crazy. Like you just, I'm echoing what you're saying. It's good and it's bad, but is it overall good or is it overall bad? Like what would you lean towards?
It's overall good for college football.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's overall good for.
The actual individual.
I mean, it's it causes a lot of division on some teams with
Yes.
guys getting money.
Bringing this
others
guy
getting
in.
money. I know there's got to be stuff behind the scenes too with families manipulating you with that
saying
money.
what to do, where to go, what
Yeah.
to do with the money. Wow,
Stealing the money.
Ooh, I didn't even think about
Because
none of that.
grown men get their money stolen. Never mind
Kids.
18, just coming into that money.
Wow.
Some of them are coming from good situations.
A lot of them are.
A couple, one or two.
No, I think
Might
the
be
majority
coming
of
from the
these
mean
kids-
streets. No, you know what I'm saying? And they've never had that money.
That kind of money.
If nobody in their families ever had that kind of money. Wow.
Yeah.
Real easy to get in trouble.
Wow. What do you think about the so this is the first year they're gonna do the 12-team thing.
Yep.
What do you think about that?
It's good. It's especially now, like, it seems to be more even throughout the league.
I was so gung ho about this, but now the closer we get, because I think next week it's gonna be the first. They're gonna release the first top 12 of the rankings. You know what I'm saying? So if the playoffs started next week, now you're getting an idea.
Now, are they
of
going
who's
off
in
that
it.
from the AP or?
I think so. Yeah. So they're gonna release it next week, and I can't wait to see what this is. I can't wait. I want to see, because they're still going to run into these undefeated teams.
Right.
Like Indiana, I think is still undefeated.
Yeah, and BYU too.
Yeah, like some of these
Looking at it.
schools. Are you putting them in the top 12?
They're solidly, according to the AP poll and the coaches poll, they're both in the top 12.
Are they
solidly.
solid?
Well, Indiana is 8 and BYU's 9 according to the AP. And
I think Indiana's
it's
playing
9 and
somebody
10.
this weekend. They're playing a top team. Well, I can't wait to see what happens. Like, I know I'm repeating myself. I can't wait to see what happens, because this is going to be.
Don't forget about the U, still 9-0.
Yeah, they're undefeated. And I was watching. Who did they play? I was watching that game, and I'm going to be honest. I didn't really watch them. They're legit.
Yeah.
They are legit. I was sleeping on them. The U is back. The U is back,
They're
baby.
ranked 4th right now.
Wow, they are back. I'm gonna.
They put up some points too.
I'm tightening up my goggles. Are they beating Oregon?
Well, we'll see. Well, there will be a play. They might not get to see each other, but until you know what I mean, till the end.
Hopefully, yeah, to the end. Ooh, Oregon always looks crazy to me. A lot like another. I'm going off to the side with this. Almost every single week they have different uniforms on.
It's crazy.
I get home and away, but this is not what we're talking about
No.
here. And here's the other thing. I'll give you the jersey and the pants, right?
But the helmet.
The helmet is one of the most expensive things on that whole uniform.
Yep.
And they must have 8 or 9 different helmets. Like, and I'm not talking about a sticker either. It's totally a different color and everything.
Yeah.
It is crazy with this team. Does anybody know what that's about? I think it has something to do with Nike.
I don't know.
Is
Put it in the
in-
comments. Let us know.
Yeah,
'cause
I think it has something to do with Nike headquarters is near where they are located or something.
and you got to cause a little sizzle. You're in Oregon.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I give you that.
You got to.
What's out there?
Yeah, exactly. You
The Ducks.
If you can bring more attention, look at what Deion's done for Colorado. Just the attention he's brought them.
Gracious.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to my man. Who's the Oregon fan? Oh, my man Willie. Will Pappas. Willie, you know Will. Big
Yeah.
boy, I used to buy team with him. Yeah, he's a huge Oregon fan. Shout out to him. What else you got, baby?
What else we got? Let's talk about another bad boy. We're talking about some bad boys. Let's talk about Travis Kelce, your boy. Not Travis Kelce. I'm sorry, Jason Kelce.
Jason
Coming to
Kelce. See,
the-
that's how powerful Kelce is on your conscience, because you just want to automatically. We're not talking about him right now.
Coming to the defense of Travis.
He was coming. Is that his older brother or younger brother? Does anybody know?
Yeah, Jason's the older brother.
So the older brother was what? Defending the younger brother?
Yeah.
What happened? I'm gonna let you.
It was going through a crowd, And everybody's following it. It's Jason Kelsey. Everybody loves the guy.
Yeah, the guy.
No matter what.
To be clear, I like him better than the other Kelsey.
Yeah. I think
Okay.
most people do.
Yes. Go ahead. Continue.
So he's going to this crowd. People are saying stuff, And then you're always going to have those guys.
A heckler.
And he's saying something about his brother being a fag for dating Taylor Swift. And I'm like, I don't even know how that works. I know she's got a body of a boy, but still she is a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Continue.
But so he grabs the guy's phone, smashes it on the ground. He picked it up and took it and then gave it. Wow. I am.
Let me know where you're coming, because I'm gonna let you wheel.
I am totally on Kelsey's side for this one. People think they can get away with too much, and they don't think there's going to be any kind of consequences for the shit they say. If you want to be up in the stands in a baseball game and yell something to somebody, that's one thing. But you want to be face to face with the dude.
Yeah.
Expect some consequences.
Here's what I'm gonna say. You say something about my brother, it's going down.
Yeah.
It's going down. I don't care if me and my brother are at war, we haven't spoken or whatever. You say something about my brother, it's going down, man. That's just how it is. My mother said something interesting to me last week, and it resonated with me. She basically said, you don't mess with family. You just don't. You just don't.
Yep.
For whatever reason, that tie, that whatever. Like me and family can be arguing. Don't come from the side. Don't say nothing slick. Don't try to jump in. Don't try. It just doesn't work that way. I can talk to them like that, but you can't.
These cats think they can say anything because they know they can sue if they get their ass beat. Like Kelsey did the right thing. Break his phone. How much is that going to cost you?
That's what I was saying to you. I'm like, he probably knew when he initially grabbed the guy's phone.
He wanted to grab his throat.
This is gonna cost me $10,000.
But it's worth it.
Yeah, this dude needs to shut the F up. F around and find out. Yo, big up Jason Kelsey. And I'm also saying it because he was an Eagle. Eagle, baby. The Eagles, baby.
I mean, yeah.
And our offense hasn't run the same since he left.
He was the king of the tush push.
I'm going to be honest. The offense hasn't ran the same since Kelsey has been gone. It just hasn't. You know what I mean?
It seemed like he could have done another year or two, too.
He definitely could have. And imagine him and with Saquon running the ball and this guy leading the charge.
Yeah.
Oh my! Like Saquon, you see him doing crazy stuff now. Imagine if Kelsey was there.
Did you see that?
Blocking.
That movie he made?
Yes.
That backwards whatever leapfrog he did.
I've never seen. I know it's probably street news and everybody's beating on this thing. I've never seen anything like that in all my years of watching NFL. Like where?
I think it's amazing when you hurdle a guy in your face.
Regular, if you're looking at him.
Yeah.
This dude literally went backwards. You know who I feel the worst for? Whoever that guy that says is like, whoop! I feel the worst for him. Like, I feel a certain way with Barkley. Like, good move, but I automatically go to that guy.
That was like some sort of Jedi mind trick.
Yeah. It's almost like you, for the rest of your days, until you, whatever, you're going to be remembered as the guy who went underneath. Does anybody know who that guy? I know his number was like 22 or something. It's crazy, but that was crazy, man. Crazy.
It's one of those things that just stands out, like the butt thing with Sanchez.
Yes.
Like one of those plays that everybody's gonna
you're gonna always remember.
Talk about, yeah.
But speaking of that, you want to jump on the NFL? You got more. What you
got?
got?
I got some NFL notes we can do before we get into the other stuff.
So we get to the meat and potatoes.
Going into this week, the Dolphins were the only team not to score 100 points yet this year.
Why is that?
No, Tua?
You think Tua?
It was obviously anybody in fantasy knows what he did to Tyreek Hill by not being in.
You might. That's the facts. I'm not even gonna say you might be right. That's a fact. You just shouted out a fact.
I was just crazy that at this point in the season, they were the only team not over 100.
Wow.
Derek Carr now has gotten the same coach fired twice. Dennis
Why?
Allen just got canned by the Saints. They're on a 7-game losing streak.
You know what's? That's the other thing with football. 4 weeks, night and day. Remember how we were talking about them?
Yeah.
I was like scared of them. I was like, yeah. I remember when B. Brian was on the episode, and I was like, they're gonna lose to the Saints. And now, if you tell me 4 weeks from now, yeah, the coach is gonna get fired.
Yeah.
What? Here's what I'm gonna say. You gotta be doing really bad in the NFL if you get fired during the season, I think.
And another Derek Carr fact for you.
Go ahead.
He's lost to 31 out of 32 teams. He's got one more to go.
Wow, who's left?
I don't even know.
We gotta find out.
No,
who
the
that
Raiders.
is.
No, the Raiders.
It is the Raiders.
It's the Raiders.
From where he came.
Yeah. Well, 'cause he had a few years that he didn't have to play them, so he couldn't lose to them.
Wow.
But
All
that just shows he's been around a little bit. Still had a better career than his brother.
Oh yeah.
We got trades going on.
Who's getting traded where? Did you watch the D-Hop thing last night?
The game, I was
Yeah.
working. I saw he had two touchdowns, right?
We'll talk about that on the other side, but
Trying to look at it and see if there's anything new happening.
Detroit picked up somebody.
Detroit, the Cowboys picked up Jonathan Mingo.
What is going on with that? What does that mean?
I don't know. They made a trade with Carolina. I think Jerry Jones liked Mingo back before he got drafted, type of thing.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere. I don't know why he would even bother, but
Is this it for McCarthy?
yeah, he's not even in the contract. His contract's over. This
So
is it.
it's just gonna be a walk out the door.
Yeah.
He won't even get fired. It'll just be like,
Yeah,
you're
he's
done with us, we're done with you.
Yep.
wow.
The Bengals traded for Khalil Herbert because Moss, this running back up. Well, he used to split time.
They still have the Mixon cat?
No, Mixon's
Mixon's somewhere else.
Yeah, no, they got what's his
Wow.
name? Chad Brown or
Who's
he's got Brown and Moss were
They beat the
splitting
brakes
time.
off of somebody this weekend. Was it the Raiders? They beat up somebody bad.
The Bengals.
Yeah, I think so. Go ahead. What else we
Oh,
got?
see, now you got me looking at that. No, they didn't.
I thought they did.
They didn't. I don't think they beat the brakes off somebody. Now, see, now you got me searching.
Don't mind us. This is a sports show, and we know nothing about sports.
I just can't remember. That's the thing. I forget.
Who else got traded? Somebody else.
Um,
Somebody else got traded.
Detroit picked up a pass rusher.
Yes, that's who it was. Darius or something. Darius.
Zadarius Smith.
Yes.
So that's what they need.
Why? Yeah.
Hutchinson's out for the year.
Is this the guy?
They
though?
lost Hutchinson in the Cowboys game, so they probably just want some more depth.
Yeah.
And listen, what are they? 7-1, 8-1.
Yeah.
They're
rolling.
They're rolling. They're gonna do whatever they can to get. Come on, you're Detroit. Well, you need to. This is it. Your window.
Yeah.
I mean, if they don't do it,
They're never gonna do it.
yeah.
I'll rock with you on that.
Trying to think. There's nothing. It's going to start dropping later on this afternoon. I don't know if
Why?
anybody.
'Cause is it the deadline?
Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
So-
That makes sense then.
Yeah. Well, so usually I think it's a Tuesday for like 4 or 5 o'clock it ends. So there's a
Yeah.
lot going on today. Voting, trade deadlines. Let's see. I don't think I have anything else unless we want to go take a break and then we'll come back and really get into the.
You heard what my man said. Mr. Otto Graham is number
Yeah.
60 episode. We're here, baby.
Yes.
P, I heard you got some interesting stats that you wanted to lay out before we get to before we get to P's power rankings. He wanted to drop this jewel on you guys. What's the jewel? What you got for us?
Jewel. Richard, they Colts went with Flacco, right?
He looked all right.
He looks better than Richardson.
Yeah, and you have to give him time. Give him time.
But
All right.
Richardson, I came with this, found the stat. Between 2000 and 2022, the last 22 years, 66 first rounders and quarterbacks have been taken.
Okay.
25 of those guys, a lot of them never even got a chance.
No.
But 25 were benched on their rookie deal.
Wow.
Only Mitch Trubisky
Tough.
got to start again or went to a Pro Bowl.
And he was.
So it's not good for Richardson.
Yeah.
It's definitely not good that he.
Wait, let me do it. For y'all that don't know, when you do that, that means I want to come out.
We talked about him tapping out last week.
Yes.
It's not, and I can also understand why they did it because they're not far behind in the division, and Texans
They're still in the
are
mix.
reeling from injuries.
Yeah, that division isn't a runaway.
No.
Yeah.
So if they had won last week and Texans lost,
They're
they'd
right
be
in the
like
mix.
they'd be one game behind the Texans.
Yes.
So there's really, it's incentive to put
Yes.
Flacco in, who was playing much
Yes.
better. But also, when you go like the last couple of years of quarterbacks, I'm looking at this list of like 25 quarterbacks that have taken in the last 2 years.
Go ahead.
Only 3 of them
Are still playing or in the
would
league?
be considered hits.
Who?
And then Trevor, I'm going to take Trevor Lawrence was on this
You
list.
wanna take him
I'm
out.
taking him off this list
Wow.
because he's been horrible.
He had. I don't. Sunshine. Wow.
But like, all right, these are the ones. Trevor Lawrence, shaky. Mac Jones, Justin Fields is a backup. Zach Wilson, Davis Mills. Then you got Brock Purdy, Kenny Pickett, Sam Howell, and C.J. Stroud. Purdy and Stroud
Yeah.
are the only two guys.
The only two.
And Desmond Ritter, Bryce Young, Aiden O'Connell, Bailey Zappi, Will Levis, Trey Lance, Anthony Richardson.
None of them.
No, none of them. Wow. When you sit back and like look at, these are all the quarterbacks that have been taken.
None of them.
You could say 3, Lawrence, Purdy, and Stroud.
And I'll argue
And
the only one that you could potentially say, Stroud, you didn't know about the Purdy thing. In my eyes.
Oh, no, he was the last guy taken in the draft. He was Mr. Irrelevant.
That's my point with this. That is, wow. That's crazy.
And Trevor Lawrence has regressed so much.
Wow.
Because you saw the first
It
year,
truly is
that
a
first year he
crapshoot.
came in under the college coach. That was an absolute mess.
Yeah.
Then your boy Doug Peterson took over the next year. By the end of the year,
He started.
Lawrence was playing well.
Yeah, but then.
And then so the next season, you're like, all right, we're going to take him in progression. He was kind of okay through the whole season.
Yeah.
I took him for fantasy because I thought it was going to be that
Again.
third year step
Yeah,
forward.
step up, but he stepped.
And he's just kind of maintained. And this year, it's regression. So, yeah, C.J. Stroud and Brock Purdy are the only 2 guys.
Wow.
I read like 12 names, and the rest are even more irrelevant.
But so my argument is, from a prediction standpoint, you only can do Stroud in my eyes. You can't use it for the rest of these guys.
Yeah.
You were wrong on all your predictions. You were wrong on the Purdy thing.
Yeah.
If you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
As a prediction, if you're talking about predicting, this is gonna. Wow.
And then it's even hard. Like someone like Levis on a bad team, how can you? It's hard to grow
Wow.
if the team doesn't turn around.
Wow.
Drake May's looking good for the Pats.
You think so?
I think for that team, for what he's got for a line and who he has for receivers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's definitely doing everything he can.
Did they lose to Tennessee?
Yeah,
They did, right? Was
Oh,
it
yeah.
overtime or something?
they're 1-7. They are not in a good spot. But you know what? That's going to help them rebuild faster.
Yeah.
To me, I take the lumps because if you got a top 5 pick again, now you can split that up into 2 picks further back and
Yeah.
get more pieces. You need linemen, you need receivers, you need a lot of things if you're the Patriots.
Yeah.
And if you're Bill Belichick, you need to go on a little Instagram photo thing in a Halloween outfit with your 24-year-old girlfriend.
What is that about?
I don't know. All I heard was Toucher and Hardy talking about it this morning. something else. She had him in a fisherman outfit, catching her in a mermaid outfit on the beach. She had him on the beach.
So is this his new girlfriend?
This is a new girl.
His new young girlfriend. How old is Belichick? Let's keep it $150.
What is he, 70?
So he's like 75, 76
yeah.
And he's dating a
4-year-old.
4-year-old. And continue, my friend.
And no,
what is going on?
And he's apparently she got him into a Halloween costume, fisherman, mermaid thing.
And
he's
are the pictures
and Bill's
out?
doing
How
it
do
for the
people know?
gram.
How do
Apparently,
people
people
know
have
this?
seen it or seen them. I don't know. Why would she make him do this and not post them? I haven't seen it. I just literally before we walked in there, I heard
Has
about
anybody
this.
seen what this girl looks like? Is she cute?
Yeah. What do you think? He's going to date an ugly 24-year-old girl?
No, but you still can get. I'm trying to.
Because he's going to be take all this shit for an ugly girl.
I don't know what's going on here. I don't know. Maybe
Bill-
this is a coping
Billy
mechanism for him, since he's not coaching anymore.
That's kind of like, I don't know. It's off the path, but I just
You
heard
have to
that.
say something.
Once we start talking about the Patriots and Belichick, just comes in your mind.
Wow. What's up with the power rankings? What's up with your power? What's up with P's? This is the part in the show. P's power rankings.
We need to have that echoed.
I know. This is the top 10, Paul Iannelli's top 10 in the NFL. And what I do is dispute or agree with his top 10. Number 10.
Well, I want to give an honorable mention to two things: the Chargers and the Atlanta Falcons. 5-3 Chargers, 6-3 Atlanta Falcons. The Chargers defense is legit. And now they're starting to let.
Are they a playoff
They're starting
team?
to let your boy Herbert off. They're almost in the top 10.
Wow.
They're letting Herbert off the leash a little. They're passing a lot more lately. Because they're going to be a run, because they got rid of everybody with Mike Williams and Eckler and everything. They're going to be like a run first team, but
Don't forget who their coach is now.
yep.
I'm telling you, him and his brother are good coaches, man.
Yep.
They have a solid pedigree. Everywhere they go, they win. Whether they win it all, that's the question mark. But they win.
Yep.
Wherever they go.
Got to give him a little time.
Yeah.
A little time to cook, unlike.
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Number 10, Green Bay Packers dropped down 3 spots with a loss.
Ooh.
They're 6-3. They
I
lost to
might
the
have
Lions.
to jump in here right away.
Really?
I might have to take the honorable mention squad and put them at 10. Put Green Bay at honorable mention. They didn't have nothing for Detroit. Detroit smoked them.
No, they didn't.
They did.
It was a close game.
No, it wasn't. Detroit beat the
don't-
brakes off of them. They were beating the brakes off of them. And it was in the rain. I was watching that game. They were beating them up.
24-14?
They were beating them up, though. You got to watch the optics.
I know, but Green Bay.
They were bullying them.
I was trying to like rectify. You're like telling me this. Yeah.
No, they were bullying them. What's the 2 running backs? They were bullying them. The score, let me be honest, the score is not indicative of the game. Watch the game.
But they kept Detroit under 50, which is a
I'll give you
thing to
that.
do.
I'll give you that.
The way they've been rolling.
I'll give you that. Number 9.
Number 9, big tumble. I had them ranked too high, and now injuries are just killing them.
Who?
Texans. They dropped like 6 spots for me. No Diggs, no Nico Collins.
Diggs is done for the season, right?
Yeah.
Nico's done. I'm gonna say season. I think he was on IR. This is week what? 2, 3?
At least 3. I think it's 3.
I
So
don't think
he can come. I think he's supposed to come back, but will it be too late by that point?
Here's what I'm gonna say.
And they have other injuries too.
People got the footage on your boy now. He's not doing what he did last year. Stroud, is he? Or no?
Well, you can't tell by this last week. He has nobody to throw. Yeah, Tank Dell had like 120 yards or something like that.
Yeah.
The one guy he had.
They just don't look the same as last year.
Oh no, they're definitely not the same.
Yeah.
But they were still winning at that point.
Yeah.
But I think it's getting to that tipping point with the injuries.
I won't dispute that. Number 9.
8, Minnesota Vikings.
Oh, they won, didn't they?
Yeah, they're 6-2.
Who did they beat? Who was it?
Minnesota beat.
I'm trying to remember.
Killing me.
Who did they beat?
You're killing me, Smalls.
They won. I remember watching them. Sam Donald, I might have to ease off on him a little bit because I remember watching him. He looked tough.
Yep.
He looked tough. I think beat
the Colts.
They beat the Colts. That's who it was.
Yeah,
the Flacco
21-13.
thing. They looked decent. They looked decent.
The Colts are a good team.
Yeah.
I don't know how far they're going to go with Donald.
All right.
He had 3 touchdowns, 2 picks, I believe.
From what I've seen, he doesn't. I gotta ease. What I'm gonna say is I'm gonna ease off of him.
But yeah, I mean, it's when I'm trying to put this together, you're looking at the teams above.
Yeah.
And it's like, can I put them above the teams above?
Yeah.
Numbers
cool.
Moving up a spot, even though they didn't play, was the Pittsburgh Steelers because of Green Bay losing, coming down, then people move up.
So you got Pittsburgh at number 7.
7. They're 6-2, first place in their division.
I'll rock with that.
Like I said, I can't move them up anymore. Put them
right.
down. They didn't play.
Yeah, I'll rock with that.
All right.
That's legit.
This is the shaky one, but like I said, when you're looking at them, number 6, the Philadelphia Eagles.
Wow,
6-2.
that's tough coming from a Cowboy guy.
I don't think that they're playing great. They're winning.
Did you watch any of that game?
No, I didn't see it. That's your squad. I don't watch them unless they're playing the Cowboys.
The Eagles should be so much better in my eyes. This is the one time I'm gonna blame coaching. For whatever reason, I don't know, man. You have all the talent. You have so much, especially on the offensive side of the ball.
Right.
And you were up on the Jags, I want to say 22-0. That game was over. Lock, stock, and barrel. And you let them come back on you like that? And the Jags are awful. Awful.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's coaching. Something's going on. I don't know what it is. This dude's going to get fired. He's going to get fired. No matter how the season ends. Unless they win the Super Bowl.
Right.
That's, in my eyes. That's just my opinion.
And he could still get fired the way
Yeah.
your team likes to get
How
rid
they
of guys.
get down. Yeah. He's just awful.
Yeah, like I said, I looked at that. I'm like, talent-wise, they're maybe not playing better than the Steelers, but talent-wise, I think they're more talented.
They're so much more talented
Especially
than
their
what
defense
they're doing.
line.
They should. Here's what I'm gonna say. They should be doing what Detroit is doing,
And they're
score-wise.
and they're basically healthy.
Yeah, they should be doing what Detroit is doing on teams, and they're just not.
All right, that leads to number 5. Going up a spot, the Ravens, 6-3. When they're on, they are on. They smack you up.
Oh, my
and then they have
goodness.
those. And plus, now they get Deontay Johnson.
Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry.
But then they have these weird losses like to Cleveland and stuff like that.
They just look tough. They look tough. It's like you said. I can't dispute that. That's legit. Number 5, right?
Yeah, well, number 5.
That's
when
legit.
they smack you up, they're there
They
to play.
beat you, yeah.
And then they have these weird losses. I can't explain them. Number 4, Washington Commanders. It hurts to say, 7-2.
I can't dispute 4, 5, and 6. I can't at all. I'm being honest. I wish I had something. I can't. It's legit.
Jaden Daniels is doing what he has to do. He looks really good for a rookie.
How do you? Okay. I'm going off to the side. How do you feel as a Cowboys guy with the coach for the Commanders?
With Dan Quinn?
Yeah.
I like Dan. He didn't get done in the playoffs as far as scheme-wise. They just looked lost. I don't know what happened with that.
Yeah.
No, he's a good guy. He's a motivational guy. His team's playing for him. Their defense was horrible last year.
Yeah.
They're okay this year. I mean, you can only take so big of a step.
Yeah.
Going into your first season. And the offense, they had talent there. That kid Howell was slinging it last year.
Yeah.
I thought he got like a raw deal.
Yeah. Do you ever watch certain cats and be like, why couldn't he do that with us? You ever wonder like that with these
There's
guys?
nobody on that team that's. What do you mean, like a former Cowboy?
No, the
that's,
coach.
No, he. I thought if he had stayed or if McCarthy got fired, he probably would have became the coach.
That's what I'm saying.
Like
Do
I
you
said,
ever think about that? If he was the coach right now,
yeah, but I don't know.
would he get this out of Dak?
Yeah,
what
but
he's getting out of this kid?
I was more worried about he couldn't even didn't even have his defense ready last year for the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, and they were stacked last year. Right now they're in shambles with injuries, but they were stacked last year, and Green Bay ran over us.
Yeah.
So I'm like I don't know. It's weird. Maybe it's the situation he's in.
But in his defense, it was the timing of that one game. Your defense last year, if you look at the totality of, they were legit. They were top 5 the whole year.
Yeah.
So, and you can,
But they just didn't look ready
for
which
that
is the,
one one
which,
game.
and the
That's
one
what I'm
game
gonna
you
say.
have to be ready for.
So
though.
I'm not. That's,
It's weird.
I am agreeing with you, but
Yep.
I'm saying for one game, if you look at it, that defense was legit. So you could argue whatever happened that one game, that's the anomaly. Maybe they weren't or whatever. Blah 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 blah. But overall, the defense was legit under him.
Oh yeah, no, it was great under him.
So all right, we're getting carried away. But Commanders number 4.
4. Buffalo Bills number 3, moving up a spot. 7-2.
I know where we're gonna have a problem.
1-2. We
Yeah,
usually
I know
do.
we're gonna have a problem right now. Because I have no problem with the Bills being 3, but I will have a problem with 2.
And they haven't even gotten Amari Cooper really involved in that. He was hurt.
He was hurt last week.
So they haven't even really gotten him going yet.
I know. I had him on my fantasy. I had to last minute move him out and put Josh Downs.
Josh
is that his
Downs,
name?
yeah.
And he got a little work
Josh Downs gets work with Flacco.
with Flacco.
He doesn't get
he
work
got
with
a little
Richardson.
work with Flacco. I was happy, you know.
Yeah.
But all right, Buffalo number 3. I'm rocking with that.
Number 2, Kansas City Chiefs, 8-0. And the Lions, I still have 7-1 at number 1. Here's my argument. Once again, I understand.
Let me. This
right,
is
you
your.
go,
This
you
is
go.
your power rankings.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna
Go
let you
ahead.
finish it, but I'm still standing on until they lose or until they are number 1. That's what I'm standing on. That's what I'm sticking with. Until the Chiefs lose, then you can knock them down. Detroit has already lost.
Yeah.
But go ahead. The floor is yours.
If they had the strength of schedule or how you win, they wouldn't be in first place, would they?
Who?
The Chiefs.
Nah, they beat Baltimore. They beat who else did they beat?
They had to go to overtime to beat Tampa Bay
beat
with no
Baltimore.
receivers last night.
No, but Tampa's legit. Baker Mayfield is legit.
Yeah, with Evans and Godwin, which he didn't have either one of them.
I watched
There's all
that
these
game.
cats.
Baker was all over the place.
Right, they had to go to overtime. That's the thing. I understand the Chiefs, and if it comes down to one game, you probably have to go with the Chiefs just because they do it. But who's playing better football right now?
Okay, but here's what I'm also going to say. And you know this in every sport. It's, for instance, Boston. Now, when every team's playing Boston, what are they doing? When every team's playing Kansas City, you're getting the best representation. They're like, yo, these are the Super Bowl champs. You're bringing your best game to beat them.
Yeah.
You just are. And I do think this is what's going on with them, while explaining, barring from also, Chiefs have injuries. Let's be honest, they are beat up. Like Mahomes went down in that game last night.
Right, they got D-Hop now.
I was nervous when he went down. Kelsey isn't himself.
He was better last night, though.
And they're still winning these games. And Kareem Hunt.
They're just not impressively winning these games. Detroit's smacking people down. Detroit took a good Green Bay team. I'm just looking at the quality of
I'm
opponent.
rocking with you. Is Detroit beating Kansas City when push comes to shove?
Right now?
I don't think so.
I think so.
That's just my opinion. I just don't think so. And here's the thing, like I said, Detroit has to be. Here's the thing with Kansas City that I keep telling people, they're just waking up like, okay, next. When you're playing Kansas City, that's your Super Bowl. That is what it is. Like if Detroit had to face Kansas City, I think they faced them last year and they beat them. That was one of their first losses. But if Detroit faces Kansas City, it's everything to Detroit. It's not everything to Kansas City. Kansas City's like, okay, whatever. So what? You beat us. We still have 3 rings. Blah 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 blah. You're not close to us.
I don't think the Chiefs are just waking up like that.
I'm telling you. You know what's
because they know they don't have the talent that they used to. They know they're hurt and they're gonna have to scrap every game.
I'm telling you. Here's the thing. I'm going off to the left, but when I finish up, it'll make some sense.
You're doing the weave. He's doing the Donald Trump weave.
Ray Allen, when he won his first championship, I want to say it might have been with the Celtics. He won his first chip. Was it with the Celtics or was it with the Heat? It was with the Celtics.
Yeah, the Celtics are the first one.
So I want to say he called up Michael Jordan, right? And was like, yo, I'm one of you now. Like, I think he told this story. I called up MJ like, yeah, I'm in the club. MJ, and being MJ was like, what are you calling me? What are you calling me for? He said, call me back when you get to number 6. Click. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I say that to say this. The whole league is Ray Allen. And the Chiefs are MJ right now. If that makes any sense. Detroit's calling up Kansas City. Yo, we're there. They're like, yeah, even if they do beat them, they're going to be like, call us back when you get here. That's who they are.
But I feel like things like the NBA, you can cruise and take it easy and coast. The NFL, there's only 16 games.
And it's a one-off.
Yeah.
That's the difference. Like, it's not like a 7-game series. I'll give you that.
You know, like the Bulls, you don't have to be the first seed. You don't have to kill yourselves to be the first seed.
I'm agreeing with you. You don't have to be, too, with the NFL. It's like that Sunday. Like, for instance, like you said, when the Cowboys lost that game, they had a bad game that day. Usually in baseball and basketball and even hockey, that best team is the real best team because they go through a 7-game series. You could have a bad game.
Yep.
And that doesn't necessarily mean you were the worst team. You just had a bad day.
Right.
But, all right, I'm still disagreeing with the top 2.
Agreed.
I'm sorry, baby. Agree. You want to do some quick picks real quick so we can get up out of here?
All right, let's look at what we got going on.
Let's do a couple real quick. Good
Thursday night game, Bengals and Ravens.
Ooh.
At the Ravens, I believe.
Wow. I'm going with Ravens, but I would not be surprised if Cincinnati
I would have said the exact same thing.
I will not be surprised.
Division game.
Yeah, I'm going with the Ravens, but I will not be surprised.
Since he's playing a lot better.
Yes.
Yeah. Is Higgins out or one of them? I thought somebody got hurt.
I don't know.
So that'll definitely be something.
A factor.
Big boy game, Steelers Commanders.
Ooh.
On Sunday.
That's good. Yes, that's
old
gonna be an old school. But I'm gonna give it to Commanders right now because they're rolling.
Oh, they're at home. If it was in Pittsburgh, I'd probably give it to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I gotta give it to Commanders
so I'll go
right now.
Commanders.
Yeah.
Another Broncos Chiefs.
Division game. Are the Chiefs getting their first loss? Are the Chiefs getting their first loss to a division opponent?
And the Broncos aren't playing bad.
No. But Bo Nix have it. I'm going with Chiefs. I'm going with Chiefs until they lose, baby.
No, you still have to.
Really?
This was a guy a few years ago on the podcast that wrote the Chiefs off, and I'm you're writing them off?
But
and that was the year they won everything.
Here's what I'm going to say. Why are you bringing up old stuff? That was years ago.
Years ago.
You know what it is, too? I'm one of those people. I got to keep seeing it, and then finally I'm like, oh. And by the time I finally do come around, I'm too late.
Right. Now you're on the bandwagon. Everybody's
exactly.
like, where you on the bandwagon?
Like, where you been?
Let's see here. 49ers Bucks.
That's going to be a good game.
A lot of division games now.
That's going to be a decent, well, with the Godwin and Evans thing, but Tampa Bay looked tough last night. They just did. Even with Godwin and Evans out, they just look tough to me. I don't know.
Because Kansas City doesn't look good. That's why they look tough.
But I'm still going to go with Brock.
Yeah, they're coming off are they coming off the bye? Yeah, they didn't play last week.
Brock Purdy.
What else?
Mr. Irrelevant.
Lions and Texans would have been a good game if the Texans had some receivers. I just think Detroit's going to smack the crap out of them.
I got Detroit. I got the Lions.
Another game that should have been a premier game, Eagles-Cowboys. But that's a 4:30 game.
I don't know which game to take because I do think we're going to drop one to you guys. Is it this one or the next one?
It might be the next one because it might not be relevant for you. I mean, CD got banged up. Dak's going to the IR, so it's Cooper Rush going to be at quarterback. I don't think Mike is coming.
This has trap game written all over
I hope so.
Us. It just does, man. But I'm going to go with Eagles.
If you guys,
I don't want to add to the mojo.
If you guys lose to the Cowboys, I'm going Eagles too. If you guys lose to the Cowboys like this, I'm taking you out of the top 10 next week.
You heard that, Sirianni?
Such a bad loss.
Yeah.
But not a lot of other great matchups. So I think that's it.
Any last words?
Yeah, once again, I want to thank Bruce Livingston for letting us come down the Ave here in Johnston. Come check them out.
1428 Hartford Avenue.
You got stuff going on every day of the week.
It's gorgeous out today. I'm going to get out and get some sun.
Some sun, yeah, you need it, you bastard, you son of a bitch. Rub it in.
What are you doing?
Going on, put some sunscreen on so I don't get melanoma. Fucking guy.
Comeback Kings, Otto Graham was in the booth. Episode 60. Peace.